Reporting and voiceover done by Natalie Russell.
Most Americans, their only exposure to Syria is as it scrolls across the 6 p.m. news, if it does even anymore, right? And at any rate, the images that you see are usually pretty frightening.
Middle school students arrested because of graffiti. The graffiti, they were imitating what they saw on TV from Egypt and Tunisia. Basically, they're saying that the people want to topple the government. And it's your turn, doctor.
Who wrote that people want to follow the regime on their school walls? They weren't calling for grandiose regime change. That's not how revolutions happen. We learned from Dr. Bamyeh how revolutions happen. It's not a eureka moment.
His body, his mutilated body, was delivered to his parents, full of bullets, broken bones, broken neck, and a missing male organ. This was just to give people a lesson.
Largely because revolutions are a difficult business and they're not easy things. They last for a very long time.
Dr. Termanini discussed how the Syrian uprising began. What started as a civil opposition movement by the educated elite soon became an armed conflict between the government and the Muslim Brotherhood movement.
Killed them in one day because there was an assassination attempt.
In response to the assassination attempt to the Syrian president, the government carried out large-scale massacres, including the Hama massacre, which killed between 30 and 40,000 civilians.
They killed all men above the age of 50.
Social media has been an invaluable resource for the Syrian people to communicate with others within the country and with those outside of it. Unsurprisingly, the government didn't respond well to this kind of unrestricted media. So it's brought on negative results as well as positive.
Intense shelling for months and months. And now the government started using rape as a weapon. They raped thousands of people, including children. 12, 13, 14-year-old became pregnant after being raped. And then the massacres, those horrific massacres started coming.
How are they not emotionally torn, right? Why are they not talking about it?
They offered a Band-Aid approach to a gushing wound. That's what they did for 2 years. We asked the killer, why don't you surrender your weapons and we'll keep you alive. We will not even touch you. You can kill all the people with conventional weapons, but not using chemical weapons. So that's what's happening now. Now we're back to the forgotten war, the Band-Aid approach, where people are getting killed.
But is it that my community is ignorant or misinformed, perhaps, or is it they're apathetic?
I think the take-home message from this is that this is not a civil war. This is a revolution for freedom and democracy.
The Saudis are not interested at all.
Dr. Bamyeh explained a common misconception about allies of the Free Syrian Army. Although Saudi Arabia claims its support is to promote democracy in Syria and topple the dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad, Dr. Bamyeh argues that this opposition is largely one derived from convenience, since Bashar al-Assad happens to be allied with its enemy, Iran.
Their other enemy, which is Iran. But the support here has nothing to do with any goodwill toward the cause of freedom and liberty and democracy and so on.
Young people have such a capacity to feel, right? And that's really what this is about. It isn't just understanding politics, but it's feeling politics, feeling the people, even if you don't know them, or even if you aren't Syrian.
Inaction is not an option, because that will give you the worst result. The end result would be fragmentation of the military forces.
When you understand and when you feel, you can advocate.